Back in the day with your cell phone, you used to hear the term SIM card. Well, and basically hear the sim game, simulated game. And whenever I hear that, I would just think players go, oh, man, we're trying to replicate a game and trying to stay sharp. But this is surprising me, Bill. Like, names like Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Dansby Swanson, they're playing in a sim game trying to stay sharp before game one.
So before we go there,
yeah,
I have to ask you this, because you were a pretty big dog when you played.
Oh, thanks, Rip.
You never went out there and did the sim games, did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
World Series.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Because usually it was F Troop that went out there and wore it.
No,
and that was me. And then I'm fouling balls off my foot at 3 o'clock in the afternoon with this dude out there letting it eat. I got no adrenaline going on with this big bunion now. And I'm going, this is not fun.
Right.
And people like Case were sitting in his locker.
Right, hanging out, eating some seeds.
Still in his long undies, his T-shirt with a sandwich.
I think the biggest difference, though, is, back when you're doing the sim games, there's a pitcher trying to get ready. This is 5 days out or whatever before they have played a game.
Right.
As a hitter, I remember in 2006, when we were waiting to see who was going to play the Cardinals or the Mets.
Right.
We had 6 days off. And I remember we were like, wow, how do we do it? Well, we played a simulation game. We had Zach Miner and Mike Maroth, 2 starting pitchers for us, playing a game with us. And I think this is exactly what we did. You had the coaches there. You're getting in the box. Right. The tough thing about the sim game is you like Austin Riley, you just want to see pitching. You want to see it without the turtle. You want to see it just live pitching like you're going to see. So the rhythm and timing in baseball is so crucial. To have these days off is not easy. So to get a sim game and to see live pitching is so important at this point.
All right, so far we've seen him take 2 pitches. So I wonder right here if he's he's ready to go.
Yeah.
And that's kind of interesting because I've been out here before. We watched a little bit of simulation going on. Yeah. Somebody will tell you they stand in the batter's box and that's all they were doing is looking. And then somebody else comes in with adjusting their gloves. They mean business right here. So this is pretty interesting right here to see a big dog because it's legit to say this dude's a big dog.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Austin Riley's out there saying, yeah, I want these things going on.
The toughest thing about the sim game, no adrenaline. I mean, 0. And you're like, oh, man, you're trying to simulate what you would be in the box with zero adrenaline right there. But the big point of the sim games, I visually just got to see pitches.
Yeah.
And I think another thing is not only the sim games, I used to ask guys in the bullpen, hey, man, you throwing a bullpen today? Can I stand in for 20, 30 pitches? I want to see the slider. I want to see the curveball. I want to see the velo.
Because my thing is this, especially against teammates, these guys are not throwing at maximum. At least not throwing 95.
No.
I would assume.
No.
Guys are just throwing, not quite batting practice fastballs, but...
No, not close to batting practice.
Exactly.
Either.
Nobody wants to get hurt in a sim game, God forbid.
Yeah.
So you're somewhere in the middle between let's stay sharp and stay loose, but let's not really go after it.
Yeah, you're in that point of let me see some pitches, really. Like you saw Austin Riley that day. I mean, he walks out of there going, okay, that was good. I saw 5, 6 pitches. I punched out because I have 0 adrenaline. I really don't want to be out here right now, but I got to be out here because the game's coming up.
It would be interesting to see, too, because if he had somebody on his team named Kevin Brown, does the right-hander go in there facing the sinker slider?
Like, hey, I'm out.
Yeah, I'll get the lefty coming in. Then you talk to the lefties out there and say, dude, you go take that at bat.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that at bat off of this dude because you got to help each other out. But I think it is important to Casey's point. They've missed some time.
Yeah.
And if you miss a week of action, you got to see something. And it's a lot better doing that than going to the cage and turning the machine up to 90.
It's not the same.
And going, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Back to your original point at the top of the show. I think if more guys had a choice, too much rest or not, they'd rather just keep going.
Creatures of habit. Let's keep playing. Let's play every night.
I don't want the 6 days
play
off.
every night. No.
We'll see.